Hey, so this is our fifth and final category of places to get unstuck in your business. And soon I'll be cranking out some tutorials of actually how to use some of these tools we've talked about. There's already an Asana one if you want to check it out. Um, so the fifth area that I often see people get stuck in their business is their website. Shocking. I've designed websites, but it's very, very common. The reason I started building websites was when I was a tech virtual assistant. People got stuck here a lot. So let's move my little face. Um, so what I want to say is congratulations if you've grown to the point that you know you need a single place for all of your ideas, resources, community connection points to live. You've created so many great things. Wouldn't it feel great to be able to put them on one freaking fantastic place where everyone can find them and see them and connect with them? That place is called your website. Should be your home base for creating consistent messaging, having people book you, selling your offers and products. I recommend Squarespace, obviously, but the reason I recommend it is because their community, the customer support, and it's so easy to use. I The reason I use it with my clients is because I'm not. I don't actually do website maintenance packages. A lot of people do. I don't. I don't like teeny tiny bitty work in my business. I do offer ways to help my clients afterwards, but mostly I want them to be able to change out an image or update a blog post themselves. So Squarespace allows them to do that. So here are the 6 steps to getting started with your website. First thing, and I would always recommend this be the very first thing, start writing your website words. And remember that writing your website, all the words on it should be focused on your customer. You are not the hero of the story. You're the guide helping them get to the solution. And this is both for service and product based businesses. Sometimes product based businesses say, how am I guiding them to the solution? Whether you're selling gorgeous, expensive artwork or mugs, your business is offering a solution that they're looking for, and that is something beautiful, something different, something they're not going to go buy in Walmart or Tesco if you live over here. Something that is special and unique and gift worthy and feels gorgeous to have in their hands or in their home. Um, or maybe it's a really, really practical solution you offer, but still, just think about that. If you're a business, those same things, how do they feel? What transformation are you going to bring them through? What is going to change for them? Then the step 2 is to put together a folder somewhere on your desktop, in your Google Drive, wherever it lives. I want this to have all of your branding elements. I want it to have your fonts, your colors, your logos, your graphics, your taglines, that copy you just wrote. If you're just getting started, I recommend getting started with 2 apps. I love Coolors, COOLORS.co, for creating beautiful brand palettes, and Canva. And Coolors also has a feature to make sure that your colors are accessible and will layer on top of each other really well and be readable on your website. And that's something that gets missed a lot. And then Canva, you can create a basic logo. They've got loads of templates. You can buy templates on Creative Market or anywhere. And then once you've been in business a little bit, then I highly, highly recommend working with an experienced designer to have a custom bespoke brand, because I designed my very first brand myself when I first went into business. And I feel like I outgrew it really quickly. And about a year into my business, it just didn't feel like it fit. It felt, I don't know, off, and it looked okay, but it didn't look professional. And when I got my custom brand done, I've been with it now for 4.5 years. It still feels like me. It's beautiful and functional, and it's so, so good. It's timeless. Step 3, once you have all your brand assets and your copy put together, take loads of fantastic photos of you, of your team, of your products, of your services, of your workplace, and put these all into that folder. Make sure you have, if you don't have a custom or a professional photographer working for you, make sure you have really good light, that you take lots and lots of versions vertical, horizontal. Make sure you have lots of white space on one side. I'm doing a whole series about this coming up on my YouTube channel. There's a live series that I'm talking about. So go over and take a look at that starting next week. But making sure you have loads and loads of photos to choose from and that they're all well lit, and that ideally you or your props are in your brand colors. Then I want you to take some time looking through Pinterest for inspiration. I have a Pinterest board with literally hundreds of websites that I go through, and I'm like, ooh, and I pull design inspiration for when I'm building someone's website, and I can say, hey, look at these 3 options. We're kind of going for this vibe. We're not ripping off anybody's website, but we're kind of going for this vibe, and they can say, yes, that's the vibe. So go through Pinterest. Note if you're drawn to specific designs, what features you love, what about a website really turns you off. You can also go to some of your favorite websites. When I design a custom website for a client, I also request for them to send me a minimum of 3 websites they love and why they love them. It helps me get into their head for their functionality, the aesthetic, what they really, the way they want things to move, if they are looking for lots of animation or like no animation. So take a look at what you like about a website. Then take some time to get strategic. What is the number one thing you want your website to accomplish? How are you going to get people to do that? What features, pages, integrations do you need? And so that's something to think about as well. So that's number 5, get strategic. And finally, number 6, don't forget about the legalities. So many times I see a website, especially if it's in the UK or the EU, you are legally required to have a privacy policy. Other policies that are really good ideas: terms and conditions, a shipping policy, a returns policy, a diversity and inclusion policy, a data protection policy, a cookie policy or notice. These are all really important. So then start putting it all together. You've got your copy, your images, your brand. You've got an idea of what do you want it to look like, how do you want it to function. So it's time to start putting it together. If you don't feel comfortable putting it together, there's options out there. There are some really good website templates on the market. Squarespace has some good ones to start with. You can buy Squarespace templates on Creative Market or SQSP themes. You can come to a full-fledged designer. You can DIY it and then come to someone like me for a power hour to tidy things up, to take it to that next level. So don't feel intimidated. But I highly recommend, if it's your first ever website, either DIYing it or getting a template is probably going to be your best bet until you grow and realize exactly what you need out of a site. Yeah, so that's it. So I'm just going to go through them one more time real quick again. Your 6 steps: write your website words, put together a folder with all of your brand elements and assets, take a lot of fantastic photos, spend some time looking at Pinterest or other websites for inspiration, get strategic with what you want your website to accomplish and how you want it to work. And don't forget the legals. That's it. All right. We'll talk again soon. I'll have another video up for you here shortly.